Save me from myself.
Um, I had this random thought on my mind, so I figured what better to do than sit down and record it. Um, so I'm gonna share a bunch of stuff with you to get to the point. My dad was recently diagnosed with lung cancer. And my mom and my dad own their own business, and so they don't have health insurance. Um, Either way, long story short, he racked up a shit ton of medical bills in a very short amount of time, and there's a lady in town that did a benefit church service for my dad, and they raised a lot of money. And so at the service, there were people who were kind of speaking on behalf of my dad, and everybody there talked about how generous he was, and my dad just would go above and beyond to help other people out. And I was really happy um, that my daddy, I guess in a sense, was able to get his flowers while he was living. Because my dad does so much, so much for a lot of people. Like, he's always bending over backwards to help somebody else, and I feel like I do that a lot. I get that from him a lot of times. If I have a friend who's in need of something, I'm going to do my best to try to help them get it. If they need, you know, money to pay a bill, I'm going to make sure that that bill gets paid. I'm going to make sure that I do what I have to do to help people out. If somebody needs a ride somewhere, they know they can call on me. You know, I just feel like I'm always there for other people, and I never allow myself to be the person that can call on someone else. You know, when I was in undergrad, everybody, when you're in college, everybody's broke. So it's like one broke person borrowing from another broke person. And I had a job. I had, parents who would help me out or whatever. So I ain't gonna say that I was just living the life, but I definitely had my moments where I wasn't necessarily as broke as everybody else. But then the times that I was, I just kept it to myself. I kept it very quiet. If I had to skip a meal or eat, you know, peanut butter and crackers that I scraped off of somebody else, I would just do that instead of just saying, I need help. I need some assistance. I need the people who call on me all the time to now come to my rescue and help me out some. And I am starting to feel a little bit of um not resentment, I guess, but I'm starting to really question why it is that I feel the need to give so freely and do so much and not expect the same things in return. I feel like there have been plenty of times when I have gone above and beyond, done things for people that I really didn't even know that well, sacrificed my own happiness or my own sanity to help somebody else. And then when I need something, it's like, oh, well, whatever. And I don't want to be that person like, well, I'm not going to help you if you don't help me, because I get such a rewarding feeling kind of when I feel like I've done something for people. So I don't want to help somebody just for the sake of saying that I helped them. And then if I ever need something, like, I'm going to be like, well, hey, remember that time I did this for you? Like, I don't want it to be a reciprocal type of thing. Like, I want to be able to help somebody and not necessarily look for the same thing in return, but just to say, hey, if I'm ever down and out or anything, just think about me. Just think about me sometimes. That's all I'm saying. And I just feel like a lot of times I don't really get that. And it really just kind of pisses me off. Like, seriously pisses me off. And I thought about it a lot with the situation with my dad, because I feel like, there were times that people would come to my dad and just be crying broke, and I ain't got this and I ain't got that, and I ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. And my daddy would drop what he was doing and go help somebody do whatever. They needed a fucking house built. He'd do it. Like, he would drop what he was doing and he would do it. And so when he got sick, it really hurt me, because I feel like my dad would always, always make sure to check on people, call people, whatever. When he heard they had gotten sick, if there was a death in the family, he's going to be there. He's going to be supportive. He's always going to have people's backs. And then when he got sick and he was unable to work for a little while and he was dealing with all of these medical problems that he had, I don't know that we got a lot of phone calls. We didn't get a lot of cards. We didn't get a lot of people just calling and checking. Um, we had some, but not nearly the amount of people that I feel like should have been calling for the people that, my daddy's always helping. And so I have really just got to, I mean, and even regardless of uh, the fact that, my daddy might do something for somebody and, loan somebody money and never see it again, it would never stop him from continuing to help people because that's just who he is. It's just in him to do that. So I want to be like that. I mean, I feel like a lot of that is already kind of innately in me. I don't necessarily do it because I see him do it. I just like it just feels like something that I should do. Um, but I really gotta wrap my mind around how to continue to be this person that I want to be, continue to be this helpful, thoughtful, generous person, even though I don't necessarily feel like I get that same thing in return. And it really just, it does something to me on the inside. It messes with me, like seriously, seriously messes with me. And it kind of makes me question why I do the things that I do. But I just have to remember that I'm not who I am because of how somebody else feels about me or how somebody else treats me or how somebody else thinks about me. I am who I am because of how I feel about myself and how I encounter things, how I choose to live my life. That makes me who I am. So I'm going to continue to be this giving person. I'm going to continue to be this dependable, loyal person that I've always been. And if I don't always get that in return, then so be it. Hey, they threw stones at Jesus, and who better than Jesus? So I just kind of wanted to get that off my chest because I just feel uh, like some people just ask so much of you all the time, all the time. And there's only so much you can do. Like I give and give and give. And it's like, what more do you want me to do? Like, seriously, what more do you want me to do? But I just had to get that off my chest.